the arc. LaSalle's making more than 9 3 balls a game here in the early going.
Well, the Gators had that impressive win on Friday. Meantime, their opponents are 0-2 with 2 narrow losses to Temple and to Lafayette. And we're about set to go here on SEC Network. Settle in for what we think should be an entertaining one as Tavares Hayes jumps center and wins the opening tap for Florida. We're already underway. Florida at 1-1 after an opening loss to rival Florida State. Won impressively again by 30 on Friday night. This is Jalen Hudson, a fifth-year senior, right to the hole and right in off the bat.
That's a good sign because Florida needs to get Hudson going. He has struggled offensively in the first 2 games.
We saw the Gators bother Charleston Southern for bunches of the game with three-quarter court and full court pressure. Pookie Powell is a 5th year, actually a 6th-year player, a graduate student that was granted a 6th year, number 0 by the NCAA back in August. He handles out high, under 10 on the shot clock. Long-range 3 ball is good from David Beatty. He's a sophomore, a transfer from South Carolina, and he puts LaSalle in front.
And Ashley Howard told me today he needs more from Beatty. Off to a slow start, the South Carolina transfer, in terms of shooting the ball.
Avon Allen to the hoop, had it knocked out of his hands. And there is Ashley Howard, a former Villanova assistant. Pretty good on your resume when you got back to 2 national championships in 3 years to help you get a coaching job.
He's the only new hire in the country that didn't change his address.
Right.
He did not move houses.
Still in Philadelphia.
He said today it's about a 10-minute longer commute.
Nembhard misses the freshman, and LaSalle the other way with Powell. Powell is fouled going to the hoop. This is an Orlando high school product, played initially at Memphis, and now with the LaSalle Explorers out of the Atlantic 10, and he'll go to the line.
Powell is one of those guys that can give you 20, 25 on any given night. He's just 8 points from getting his 1,000th point in his career.
Powell making that first free throw, 92% on the season coming into this game in their first 2 games. And it's quickly a 5-2 lead for the Explorers, and they pick up three-quarter court.
I think this is more of a show and go just to eat up a little clock.
Allen breaks the token pressure. Out of the corner, 3-ball Hudson, no. Hayes, the backside rebound, no. And a foul underneath, and they got LaSalle on the arm of Tavares Hayes.
Again, Hudson wide open after beating the pressure. Now just 2 for 10 on the year. Much better shooter than that. Weak side glass, Kavarius Hayes.
Hayes 1 of 2 at the foul line the other night. His only free throws on the season for the senior out of Live Oak, and unable to get that first one to go down. Did have 5 points, 4 rebounds, a couple of blocks, some hustle in the win on Friday night. Talked to Mike White earlier today, you and I. He was much happier with the effort, with the little things, the 50-50 balls, go get on the floor, uplift your teammates, those kind of things that helped Florida get that easy win. Salle in the front court with Tracy Carter. He's another one of their graduate players, a transfer from Marquette. He launches, and that one pins between the rim and the board. And it's called as a alternate possession jump ball, and that will be LaSalle's ball. We'll double check here. I always defer to you on the rules about shot clock. It remains the same, so they may have to adjust that because they've reset it.
I think they'll, well, it hit the rim, so that's the reason for the reset.
Good call on that one. Not often on a 3-ball that you see it pin up like that. LaSalle inbounds here with Miles Brookins, a kid from California at 6'10", trying to set the high screen. This is Carter. Oh, great look underneath. Hayes bothered the shot, but they call the foul on the inside. That was Kimbrough taking it up strong.
And if you allow LaSalle's guards to get in their comfort zone in terms of Powell and Carter, Diaz, in terms of what they're trying to achieve on the half court, they can find teammates with regularity. Kimbrough is kind of the board guy, an energy guy.
And Kimbrough at the foul line, a freshman from Neptune, New Jersey, and that was nowhere close. He was 0 for 2 coming in. Again, this team back on Saturday against Lafayette had a late lead of 5 points, and Lafayette came back in the final 3 minutes of the game to hand them a second straight loss. Second free throw rattles out. Early 2-point deficit as the Gators try to get something going. Jalen Hudson went to the bench early on Friday, and he gets that one to go down on the inside. Pretty spin move.
Being creative off the bounce. Not really Hudson's calling card, but if you're struggling at the arc, try to create offense in a different way.
Go to the hoop, and it was successful. Hudson went to the bench Friday early for not hustling enough for Mike White standards. Here's a 3-ball from Carter. No. The tip by Kimbrough would not go, and Florida the other way with Nembhard. Lob down on the inside for Hayes. He's got good position. Nice move. Flipped it up and in. Pretty.
Up and under by the big guy. Crafty
Florida
finish.
Back in front. I know you want to see more like that. When he's got the opportunity with that size and that wingspan, it's very hard to defend. Carter off the bounce. Finds Powell. Excellent job by Hudson on him, and Powell got caught among the tall trees, and Florida clears with Stone. Long lob for Hayes, knocked from him, ball loose, and LaSalle came up with it. Excellent hustle by Tracy Carter.
Bad pass by Allen in transition.
Carter, a fourth-year player, a redshirt junior after sitting out a year transferring from Marquette. Out front, Beatty, who again played at South Carolina. Brookins down on the low block. Kimbrough turns, block shot, but a foul. Let's see if they got Allen on the reach or Hayes up high.
Yeah, I think this is Allen first, down below, help defender. He tries to dig back down, reaches in right there. That's an easy call.
And Kimbrough back to the foul line, where, let's be kind, it was less than attractive a moment ago. An early LaSalle lead has now been spun back in the favor of the Gators. And Kimbrough really struggling at the stripe.
See, I'm not a fan of not having all the spots filled on the free throw line. That's something different for a free throw shooter. Remember, free throw shooting is nothing more than repetition and confidence. And when you don't put guys on the line, you are changing the repetition part of a free throw during a game.
I'm on board with you on that. Kimbrough had 4 points and 7 rebounds in their opener with Lafayette.
Missing 2 free throws, TJ, that's like a turnover.
Sure, I agree. And he's 0 for 4 in the game already. Early part of this one. Isaiah Johnson has just checked in. Got it back down to the big fella Hayes at the low block. Does he want it again? Little fall away. Pretty move. Soft shot. Kavarius Hayes.
Well, it's pretty obvious Mike White wants to attack inside out. Hayes getting multiple inside touches.
Powell in the front court for LaSalle as the Gators have scored 7 straight. Kimbrough turning. Kimbrough good head fake and got it to go.
Don't you have
using
to foul?
that rim? Yeah.
He's 0 for 4 at the line.
We're going to check something here for a moment, I think. It might be a delay of game after the ball went through, but they're going to check something here. And it is a delay of game warning. And we will pause here with Florida leading 9-7. We will continue on here on SEC Network. Florida Gators out to a 2-point lead early on here in the Exact Tech Arena on a Wednesday evening. TJ Reeves, Mark Wise with you here. Courtside Coach, always good to be with you. A pretty good start for Florida, and I know you're anxious to see, in particular, the young players build on what we saw Friday.
It's a talented group, and they can all help in a little bit of a different way. And it all starts at the point. Andrew Nembhard has such a mature feel for the game as a point guard. If you get open, he'll find you. He has 10 assists in the first 2 games. Noah Locke, the shooter in the group, I think will save Florida one night down the road. He's a knockdown shooter from bonus land. Keontae Johnson is so explosive as an athlete and is a defensive presence. But what I want you to focus on and draw your attention to as we add Isaiah Stokes to the mix is the average minutes for each at the bottom. All freshmen have to learn how to be productive in new roles. And TJ, that is a process and takes some time.
Playing time up for grabs, obviously, too, for these guys. As we resume, that's one of those freshmen, Nembhard, hard of the basket, but Pookie Powell on him. So there's a 6-year player against a freshman. Gators have checked Michael Carew, a sophomore, into the game.
If there's been any struggle to Nembhard's game in the first 2, it's finishing at the rim.
Nice look on the inbound, and putting it up and in is Keontae Johnson.
Really hope Johnson gets out on a break in this game. He of the 41-inch vertical jump.
You love the hops on Keontae Johnson. It's a 9-2 Florida run early on in this one. LaSalle with Beatty going to the hoop, and a foul before he made his move on Florida.
Early on, 2 quick fouls on Kavarius Hayes. This will mess up Mike White's rotation. That's part of the depth that we talked about. This is by far the deepest team that Mike White has had since he's been in Gainesville. It's a tough ask for Hayes to guard out on the perimeter. There's not a lot there. But I am for all protecting the guy with the ball.
Isaiah Dees is checked in, a junior for Brooklyn, and they took it right away from him. Carew is bumped coming up the floor. And a foul on LaSalle. That will not count. For the Gators, they've checked Isaiah Stokes, the big redshirt freshman, in as the big body, and Hayes now will take a seat for a little while with those 2 early fouls.
Might mean more minutes for Stokes. Might mean more minutes for Chase Johnson, Dante Bassett. There's a good look at the Gator head man in his 4th year, back-to-back NCAA tournaments.
Florida will get it in here still on that 9-2 scoring run. And the Gators broke the game open Friday night late in the first half with an 18-0 run into the second half and never looked back. Stokes doubled. Stokes almost fell out of bounds. Good look. And Nembhard able to finish.
What a find by Stokes and a smart cut by Nembhard.
LaSalle to the front court. This is Mosley, Chetty Mosley, who's another one of those 5th-year players, a graduate student from Boston University. Let's take a look here at the Gators, Mark Wise, underneath.
LaSalle doubles, but watch as Stokes dribbles away. Nembhard makes the right move. Cut to the basket, and somehow Stokes, eyes in the back of his head. I think one of the things I've been impressed with Stokes in the first couple of games, his passing ability.
Gators at 6 of 9 from the floor to start the game. Mosley, again, a veteran player from Boston University, a 5th-year player. He's got the rock. Under 10 to shoot it. Spinning is Dees. Dees had it knocked away. Gators go to the floor, and it's a shot clock violation. Gator benches up, and Mike White's got to be happy with that defense.
And that's 2 balls now that Hudson has gotten hands on and created havoc. That will please his head coach. Good look at Hudson, who has struggled shooting the ball coming into tonight. Just 5 for 17 from the field. That's 29%, 2 of 9 from beyond the arc, and he missed one here tonight, so he's 2 for 10.
Hudson will take a break at this juncture. DeAndre Ballard, the sophomore from Atlanta, had a big game coming off the bench the other night with 12 points, 6 boards, 2 steals to energize the Gators. Out front, they leave Isaiah Johnson alone. Can't get it to fall, and the rebound down to LaSalle.
Yeah, Johnson wide open there. Great execution in the half court.
Here's a steal by Akaru. He's in front and puts it down.
One of the things I thought happened on opening night against FSU, the Seminoles took the ball wherever they wanted in the half court. Florida was not disruptive at all. And here is a great illustration of Akaru shooting the gap for the turnover. Not only the steal, but the points off turnovers with the little baby flush.
The Gators again extend the lead. The long arms, we saw this a lot, bothered Charleston Southern Friday night, Coach.
Well, again, Mike White wants to impart to his guys that the game is, the tone of a game is set on the defensive end first. And it looks to me like they have bought in terms of the improvement from game 1 to game 2 and so far here tonight.
And look, he'd be the first one to admit, Florida State, an outstanding team, a top 20 team.
Really good.
And it's also a reality check. But now you've seen this team respond. Maybe a little lesser competition, yes, but this team has responded in terms of intensity. Go hustle, go get on the floor to get balls. You're building. You're building here in November and December for conference play.
And you're trying to do all that while playing a lot of bodies.
Tracy Carter back in the game, the junior, handling. Powell also back in, the 6-year player. They need offense out of these two guys. Carter stepped back and got it to fall for Tracy Carter, who comes into this one averaging 9 a game.
Nice move by Carter, challenged look.
A baseline Stokes, they clear for him, and Stokes says, I'll just back you down, but cannot finish. And the ball is out of bounds off of LaSalle.
Well, Stokes is one of those offensive guys as a big. He's going to play below the rim. And if he gets that close, he needs to finish.
Absolutely. Had position there. Did everything but finish it. And Kayvon Allen back into the game. Triggers it in. They go right back to Stokes in the low block. And there was a flop, and Stokes is able to put it up and in. You know, these first couple of home games, we've seen the officials swallow the whistle on the flop. I'm all for that. Let's keep going throughout the rest of the year, because the players will adjust and they'll stop flopping. They'll reward them. Powell out front to Carter. 8-point advantage for Florida. Carter out of control, and Ballard collects the loose ball, and then a foul on the loose ball on Carter. Boy, he was all out of sorts, Mark Watts.
What's impressing me so far, TJ, is Florida's defense collectively. The quickness with which they're trying to close off gaps, help each other. Carter got a little too deep.
And Florida with Akaru with a bad pass stolen by Pookie Powell, and he did not hesitate and thundered it down. Wow. There's some ups at 6 feet tall.
Yeah, that's why you don't lob the ball guard to guard against pressure.
Ballard, pull up top, and hits.
Instant offense.
DeAndre Ballard, excuse me, 13-point average in the first 2 games this season. BD breaks pressure for LaSalle, but traveled with the basketball. Turnover for the Explorers is their 4th. We'll take a look here at the steal, and Pookie Powell says, I can get up on SEC Network. Gators out to an 8-point lead. 2018-19 Florida Mids basketball single game tickets on sale right now. Make your plans now as Michigan State and Butler will face the Gators in the Exactech Arena this season. For more information, visit FloridaGators.com. Well, Mark Wise, we've seen Florida extend the lead. We've seen the hustle that we saw the other night as well. So those are two good things early on.
TJ, Florida has made 9 baskets here in the early going. But those 9 baskets have come from 7 different players. So when we talk about this depth and learning to be productive, whether you're playing 2 minutes or 10 minutes at a stretch, that's what we're talking about.
The Gators look to break the token backcourt pressure. And there is a pushing foul on LaSalle and Brookins. At this stage, Florida 9 of 14 to start the game. Several of those have been easy baskets. Again, the Explorers let one slip away in their last contest with Lafayette, a game they led by 5 late, only to lose on a late 3-point play. Old-fashioned hoop and one. Cost them the chance to win.
LaSalle moves to a 2-3 zone.
Want to vary it up here. Allen out front. 7 on the shot clock. Who sees it for Florida? Allen does. 2 on the shot clock. He'll hoist one. And the rebound down to the Explorers at Pookie Powell.
Yeah, that's a win for the zone. Nice move by Ashley Howard to change things up.
And this is Pookie Powell from dead on. No. Brookins might have got away with a back foul, but they'll simply call it out of bounds off the Explorers.
Mike White not happy. Miscommunication, transition defense. Pookie Powell wide open at the arc.
And the Gators here with the Rocket, an 8-point lead. This is about the stage where they stretched it out against Charleston Southern. Stokes with a head fake, but traveled with the basketball.
He can make that shot. He actually has a range to his game for such a big guy.
Well, for LaSalle, they are able to get the Gators to commit a 3rd turnover. Very competitive Atlantic 10. More on that as we go along with the likes of Davidson and Rhode Island and St. Joseph's and others. And there's a walk on the other end for the Explorers. So some sloppiness right now out of both clubs.
This is a lineup where Kayvon Allen is the point guard. He and Locke in the backcourt. So both Nimhard and Okaru on the bench right now in this rotation.
Allen was scoreless in the opener in Tallahassee, but 14 in the Friday night win and looked good. Locke, speaking of looking good, has the 3.
He is the knockdown shooter that we featured in the open. Great quick release, but it's so quiet.
Salle able to break the pressure with Dees, and a nice look underneath, and Crosswell, Ed Crosswell with the dunk.
Florida gambled with the double team at midcourt. The Explorers made them pay.
Florida nearly turned it over and did. Locke didn't handle the pass, wasn't ready.
Wasn't a great pass, but it was a worse catch.
Florida a little lull right now over the last 3 or 4 minutes of this game, despite the 9-point advantage. LaSalle with Tracy Carter, young man that formerly played at Marquette, led them in assists back 3 seasons ago, transferred and sat a year. This is his 2nd year playing for LaSalle. Oh, great look underneath, and Kimbrough couldn't finish. He missed the dunk at point-blank range.
Room service by Powell to Kimbrough. That's one you've got to look in. Why do guys miss this?
Somebody get a hand on this?
Did he actually, I think he might have disrupted the timing of the dunk, but nonetheless, that's one you've got to finish.
Agreed.
He does get a piece of it.
Front court. Allen against the double team. Locke. Can't get a 2nd straight 3 to fall. And a rebound down to Jalen Hudson. Fresh shot clock for the Gators. They opened up with an 11-2 run to stretch the lead. If you're just joining us. Allen in the corner to Hudson. That 3 is short.
Yeah, his misses right now are not close.
Pookie Powell, crossover dribble. Orlando high school kid. Can't get it to go, but LaSalle got the rebound.
Air ball's awfully tough to rebound for a defender.
Dees got the defender lock off the floor. Nice head fake from Isaiah Dees, a kid from Brooklyn.
Dees should have drawn a shooting foul there. He got Locke to bite on the shot fake.
You're saying go ahead and follow through in the act and get the free throws.
Absolutely.
What did he not do here, Coach?
Great. Just go ahead and go up to shoot. You got Locke in the air and coming at you.
You were never one that had to be told to pull the trigger.
Never.
It's just innate with you.
Yeah, I was curious to see what big man's coming in for Stokes. So Bassett gets the call now. So we've already seen our third number 5 man in the Gator lineup.
Dante Bassett out of Oakland, California, 6'9" player. Again, Kivarius Hayes picked up 2 early fouls. The deficit is 9 for LaSalle. Dees, nice spin move in the lane.
Now, this is a guy that had 23 in their opener against Temple. Consistency has been his biggest question mark.
He scored in double figures 13 times a year ago. Stone down the lane. Nice move with the left hand. And Florida able to get the answer. The Gators back to the token 1-2-2 here. Try to get a double team near midcourt. Jameer Moultrie, a kid from Washington, D.C. in the game handling. Out front to Carter. Dees. And that one is long, and a rebound foul on Florida for the hold.
Another weak side rebounding foul. Looked to me like 2 different guys were pushing.
Well, and Croswell got the foul.
I thought LaSalle had a player that pushed from behind first.
And that was Croswell. And you see Ashley Howard, the coach, saying, hey, you got to block out better.
That's his second.
We'll
so
take
he
another
goes
look.
to the bench. Watch from behind. Everybody's pushing, I think, on the weak side.
Take your pick. Kayvon Allen trying to get going with some offense. This is Jalen Hudson off balance. Got bailed out though by the shove for LaSalle.
Again, Hudson has been successful driving the ball to the rim 2 different times. Tried to make it 3 for a quarter. Absorbs the contact and gets himself to the free throw line. What's that old thing about shooters needing to see the ball go through the net?
Well, Hudson can't get the first one to go through the net. He had come in at 9 of 11 from the foul line this season,
which was a big improvement from last year, just 67%.
Got 1 for 2. Locke will check back in for Allen. The Gators have their largest lead at 10. And for Jalen Hudson, you're talking about get a confidence builder or 2 to go down. You got to see it, positive reinforcement.
He had 8 games of 20 or more points. He had 3 or more threes 13 different times a season ago.
Tracy Carter works it around to Dees. Dees lost it on the way up. Nice steal from Florida and a foul again on LaSalle. Some sloppiness from the Explorers at this stage.
One of the things I've been impressed with so far tonight are the Florida bigs creating off the bounce. This time it's Keith Stone. Gators up 10.
Florida Gators up by 10 here in the early going, Mark Wise.
Here's some of the early shooting woes from Florida beyond the arc. Hudson 2 for 9. This is entering tonight. Hudson 2 for 9. Allen 2 for 8. O'Caro 0 for 4. And Ballard 2 for 8. And the team as a whole just 27% from bonus land. However, there's a guy in the house tonight who might help out. Lee Humphrey, who is actually going to be part of the radio broadcast team next week when the team goes to the Bahamas, is in the house, and of course one of the best shooters in the NCAA tournament history, back-to-back national championships. Oh yeah, he only made 288.
My Lord. When you start contemplating how many you have to make 288 season after season. Keith Stone able to make the fun. Oh, take a look at this. Also in the house tonight, Mark Wise.
Yeah, Jason Williams in the house.
Little Jay Will.
The closest thing to Pete Maravich I ever saw with a basketball.
Certainly could pass the rock like Pistol Pete.
Now I'm dating myself because the younger audience is going to go, Pete who?
Yeah, hey, look him up. 44 points a game without the three-point shot and could pass almost as well as he could shoot it. Google him, as the kids like to say. 27-15, Florida has the advantage. Beatty answers with 3.
Beatty coming out a little bit offensively tonight. He was just 1 for 13 and 1 for 5 from distance. Has now made a couple from beyond the arc.
Emhart couldn't get that one to go. Beatty scoreless in the game with Lafayette, was 0 for 7. Salle trying to hang around on the low block. It's Brookings who's able to get it to go. Miles Brookins scores in the paint.
Well, this is a LaSalle team that I think right now in their development is driven offensively. And when you're driven offensively, you can go hot and cold. And right now, they're in a hot zone. Beatty, who Ashley Howard said, I need more from, is delivering tonight. And then Brookins did so with the and one.
The old-fashioned three-point play from Brookins, who's averaging 12 a game in the first 2 games. And you look up, and the Explorers run off 6 straight to get within 6.
Now this zone has changed the tenor and the flow of the game.
What has to happen for number 5 in white, Kayvon Allen, who was a spark on Friday? Got to get him rolling, Mark Wise.
See, everybody wants to dribble against the zone. That's no good. Move the ball.
There's the movement to Locke. His 3 didn't follow it, and it's knocked out of bounds off of Locke.
That's much better into that possession than it looked like at the beginning. I always liked a lot of pass fakes against the zone. Get the zone to overcommit.
Salle on a little 6-0 mini run after they trailed by as many as 11 earlier. Tracy Carter, that's a tough shot. It did not go.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's one Ashley Howard wants.
Gators won't hesitate. Kayvon Allen can't get it to go.
Now these are open looks. Allen and Hudson are they've opened the season in some shooting slumps.
Kayvon Allen, again with a 14 the other night, but scoreless at this stage. LaSalle with Beatty, puts it on the floor. And Florida got the rebound with Allen, and we got a foul on LaSalle.
That's a bad foul, 90 feet from the basket when the other team's in the bonus. Love to have the effort, energy that Brookins is playing with. But why would you commit your 3rd foul that far from the basket?
Well, you talk about basketball IQ. You already have 2, and you're exactly right. You're 90 feet away to get your 3rd, which sits you for the rest of the half.
And you're putting a guy to the free throw line that's on pace to be the all-time percentage leader at Florida at the free throw line.
I love how you whisper the library.
I wasn't about to go loud there. It got quiet.
The rowdies behind us get quiet for the free throws, and so does Coach Wise. Allen, his first free throw attempts on the season, makes them both, but as you mentioned, an outstanding free throw shooter. That stops the mini 6-0 run. LaSalle with Beatty, who hit that three just a little while ago. Explorers working against the Gators matchup zone, and that's a travel. A turnover for the Explorers, which is their 8th.
Another illustration of team defense. Stokes was the help defender. A lot of coaches, TJ, are talking about, can we just keep the ball in front of us? Well, I think the players are so skilled and so quick in this day and age. I think that's hard to do. As example, right there.
Nice crossover by Kayvon Allen on Pookie Powell. Off the bounce about 25 feet away. To your point, sir.
Nice little hesitation by Allen on the crossover right there.
The hack.
So defensively, you need to understand you're going to get beat a lot. So defense is a lot of recovery. What do you do after somebody beats you on the bounce? Can you be quick with gap coverage? Can you be quick in your rotations?
Allen able to get the first. That's a 9th team foul on LaSalle. So from here on out, it'll be 2 free throws for the Gators, who check Okaru back in. Mike Okaru out of Raleigh, North Carolina. Again, the Gators with a young core of players around Hudson and Hayes. If you're wondering where Hayes has been for a while, 2 early fouls in the first 3 minutes or so of this game have sent him to the bench.
Pretty small lineup for Florida right now. Noah Johnson is the 4-man.
Powell in the backcourt. Again, he was granted a 6th year back in August. Beatty a catch and put it up strong.
Yeah, that's a pass Stokes should have picked off. He committed to get that too late.
Allen got bodied and fouled by Moultrie. And I know the LaSalle bench isn't happy. I mean, it's a good call, but they're not happy that that's a body block instead of a better defensive play.
Yeah, this is an easy call against Moultrie. Just too aggressive at the point of attack.
Well, and as I mentioned, it's 2 free throws from here on out in the first half. And this was about the stage where Florida began the 18-0 run against Charleston Southern in the final 3.5 minutes of the first half Friday night. It carried into the second half. Charleston Southern actually went 10 minutes without a point.
Well, this is where it hurts to have these kinds of fouls, because LaSalle's got a little rhythm going offensively, but now Florida has scored 6 straight to keep the lead at 10, all at the free throw line.
Arm's length, Gators now at 10 of 12 from the stripe. LaSalle with D's. Out front to Chetty Mosley, who's checked back in. That's another 5th-year player from Boston University, a graduate transfer, playing his final year of college ball. Powell played at Memphis and transferred to LaSalle. D's. Boy, that's nowhere close. Florida clears with Okaru. To Allen. Waits for help. In a 2-man game with Johnson. Ball stripped away from Ballard. The Gators will look to reset the offense.
But the shot clock did not reset.
Okaru down to Stokes. Backing. Spinning. 2 on a shot clock. Put it in and out. But we'll shoot 2. He looked like he got hit in the chops on that.
Again, the Florida bigs being creative offensively, block to block tonight, trying to establish an inside presence. Watch as Stokes pivots, rotates, and that ball looked like one of your putts. It just went all the way around and fell out.
Started to say 2nd time he's done everything right but get the ball to go down. The big fella makes the free throw.
Extended minutes again for Stokes in the first half because of the 2 quick fouls to Kavarius Hayes.
We got to get back to you giving me the 4-footers on the golf course that don't rim out on the green. Instead of making me putt those. Stokes looks to extend the lead back to 12. And does.
Florida living at the line right now.
The Gators, to your point, without a field goal in the last 4.5 minutes, but yet have extended the lead with a free throw shooting. Pookie Powell has struggled some in this first half after a big second game for them against Lafayette. Off the dribble, Dees gets it to go. A 20-point-per-game scorer in their first 2, Isaiah Dees.
He has made a monumental leap from last year to this year. Just 9.5 points last year, up and down, but you can see his explosive nature.
Karu couldn't get that one to go. Mosley for the Explorers out of the Atlantic 10. Year in and year out, always seems to have a couple of teams that do damage in the NCAA tournament. And what do we have? Pookie Powell is out of bounds, and that's going to give us the final media timeout of the opening half. Florida Gators up by double figures here on SEC Network. Gator fans are encouraged to share a picture of themselves or a group of friends chomping on Twitter and or Instagram every day. Chomp, share it, then view it on chompstories.com. Gators Nation will be able to see all the areas across the world where we chomp. And the Gators chomping right now on a 10-point advantage, Mark Wise.
Again, they're relying on their defense and getting to the free throw line. That's been the difference in the game so far.
Who's the oversized fathead there? Did you have that? No? Did you see that?
No, I did not.
You're at a loss for Owen Wilson,
I'm paying attention here.
I understand. Owen Wilson, the actor.
Yeah, Wedding Crashers.
Get a bite of that pretzel, young man. A 10-point advantage for Florida. As we resume, Kayvon Allen, a quiet half from the floor. Does have some free throws in this one, 6 of 6 from the line, but yet to register a field goal.
And as long as Florida's not knocking down shots, that zone is here to stay.
9 different Gators have made a shot in this one from the floor, but that one wouldn't go from Stone. Powell. Kimbrough now out front. The 3 ball is no good from Mosley. Florida looking to extend that lead. It's stripped, it's stolen. Mosley hustles, and we have a foul from behind on Florida.
Good hands defensively by Mosley. But watch Okaru just kind of reach in to save the pass. After the great play by Mosley, here's the deflection. Watch Okaru just kind of reach in. Now, that's not going to get it. You got to go get the ball. If you make one mistake, don't make 2. Because that's where you end up going.
That's exactly right. And you've got an assistant coach making that point to you while you watch. Chetty Mosley from Jersey City, New Jersey gets the first free throw. This is a kid, not a kid, he's a grad student that played at Boston University, was on the all-rookie Patriot League team back 5 seasons ago. Got both free throws to go down.
Played in the NCAA tournament.
Was part of that 2013, well, actually for BU got in the NCAA tournament. This LaSalle team in the 2013 tournament, by the way, was a Sweet 16 program. Played against eventual Final Four Wichita State, who beat them in the Sweet 16 game in Los Angeles. The Explorers actually beat Ole Miss out of the SEC in the second round. to advance.
Weak spots of the 2-3, free throw line area and short corner.
And that's a kick ball.
And LaSalle has done a marvelous job keeping the ball out of those two areas.
So the Gators do not have a field goal in the last 6 minutes of the game. 0 for their last 5. They have made some free throws in that stretch. Nembhard has checked back in. It's 2 points for him. That pass batted in the air, and LaSalle steals again. Turnover number 6 for the Gators at home here tonight. Final 2 minutes of half number 1. David Beatty will work around on the left side of Dees. He's hit a couple of jumpers. That one in and out. Florida hustles with Nembhard, but LaSalle is back. The lead was as much as 14 earlier. Hudson in the middle of Stone. Nice cut, and Nembhard finishes. Good look.
But where did the ball go? Middle of the zone. When you get it into that free throw line area, the zone collapses. Good execution.
And the cut from Nembhard pays off. LaSalle with Beatty. Florida's done a good job, for the most part, guarding in the half court. LaSalle, 43% from the floor at this stage. They've also turned it over 9 times. That jumper good for 3 from Pookie Powell.
A little bit of a advantageous situation for LaSalle. Near turnover, 3-point shot.
Hudson tries for the answer for 3 and hits.
In rhythm. Nembhard finds him.
Did not hesitate. It's the Gators' second made 3 of this opening stanza.
LaSalle should go 2 for 1 here.
Do they acknowledge it and see it? With a 17-second difference on the shot and game clock. Steal for Florida. Bad outlet, though, for Nembhard. And that means LaSalle can hold it for the final shot. Right idea, just a bad pass. Let's see if Pookie Powell is going to hold it himself to wind the clock down. He will off the dribble for now. Dees to Mosley. Low block to Kimbrough. Powell got bailed out by a foul with 1.7 left in the half.
So many times we talk about offensive patience. At the end of the half, you've got to have defensive patience. This is a bad reach by Stokes.
Pookie Powell, 7 points in this first half. This free throw has given him 1,000 points in his college career.
Congratulations,
yes,
Pookie
sir.
Powell.
A kid that began his college career at Memphis out of Dr. Phillips High School in Orlando. He's played the last couple of seasons for LaSalle, and he makes them both.
And Mike White's going to use his use it or lose it timeout. Pookie Powell, who took the last shot in their loss against Lafayette, is capable of taking and making tough shots, but they were down 1. Kind of felt like he settled in that situation, had time to attack the rim. But he has had, as we talked about, anytime you're a 1,000-point scorer, you have done some significantly good things in your career.
And in that game, he had 26 points, 4 made threes. He's one of the reasons why they had a chance to win it, but did not finish that game with Lafayette to drop to 0-2. And Pookie Powell's preseason second team in the very deep Atlantic 10.
So you might ask, why would Mike White take this timeout? What difference does it make?
Why would Mike White?
Because later in the year, you may have a situation with the game on the line. Can you execute?
Sure. With 1.7 left, having to go full court. Always teaching, always coaching. Basically time for a catch and shoot, maybe one dribble. Nembhard can run the baseline. Fires for Stokes. There's the catch, there's the shot, and it will not fall. And we go to the locker room with Florida in front against a scrappy LaSalle team by 8.
I think LaSalle has to be thrilled. They have become the hang-around team.
Well, the Florida Gators see 9 different Gators make a shot, and they take a 40-32 lead to halftime. Back at halftime, the Gators and the LaSalle Explorers. We got an opportunity recently to go behind the scenes at Gator practice. Mic'd up with Kevarius Hayes. Let's listen in.
Hey, even all these people in here, just go hard, bro. Focus. Gotta work on focus. Partner shoot. Focus on 3. 1, 2, 3. Focus. Dang, you wanna follow me everywhere? I just want an extra rep, bro. My legs need it. I could've. My legs started from deadlifts. Hey, we need to start taking ballet classes. I think it'll really help with our growing flexibility. Good passes. There we go. Let's go, baby. I'm momentarily tired. They gotta change that. Hoopers don't get fatigued. There we go. Hey, here. White line. Lane. Gap. Whoa. Hey, lane. Oh! Hey, we need to check Bryce, the score table. About to be fired. Last one right here. Hey. Zone up. Let's focus. Home stretch, baby. Swing. You happy? I want to shoot floaters. I shoot hooks and jumpers. Re-screen. Hey, flare. Yo, stop touching me. Okay. Hey, ref. Hey, shoot. You good, Chase? You good? See, he's fine. Ball. Hey, down. He called my name. I passed him the ball. Hey, man, I got heavy feet. Come here, Mac. Right here, Mac. Never mind, come here. Down. You can never do it. We know what's gonna happen. You don't gotta go steal the ball, bro. Kevarius Hayes, Florida Gators. I'm out of breath, hold on. Brothers on 3, 1, 2, 3. Brothers! Yo, chill! Give me that.
Kevarius Hayes and teammates putting in the work. We will come back and take a look at the first half and look ahead to half number 2 in a moment on SEC Network. It's an 8-point advantage at the half for the Gators over the LaSalle Explorers here in the Exactech Arena. Home game number 2, TJ Reeves. Mark Wise back with you, Coach. Good to be with you. What stood out there in that first half?
The fact that Florida was able to survive offensively at the free throw line, 12 of 14 in the first half.
Well, and a bunch of different Gators got into the act. Talk about spreading the wealth around.
Well, every coach in the country asks themselves this question: can my depth be productive? And for Florida in the first 20 minutes, the answer to that was yes, because the Gators made 13 baskets from 9 different players in different ways, shooting 50% from the field. Good ball movement, defensive steals and points off turnovers, the ability to finish at the rim. I think the offense was okay in the first half because of that depth and that learning to be productive coming off the bench.
13 made field goals, 9 different players getting into the act. You take a look at some of those first half numbers. The Gators with more rebounds, fewer turnovers, better free throw shooting too.
Yeah, it's actually the free throw line. That 5-point differential, that's the reason why Florida's ahead by 8 on the big board.
Definitely a lot to be pleased about here in this opening half as Florida's trying to make it 2 for 2 here at home to start in November. These young fans are fired up. We are ready to go with the second half straight ahead on SEC Network. Rowdy Reptiles are getting ready for this second half. LaSalle did a good job in the final few minutes of the first half to get back in it after being down by 14. Mark Wise, we get ready into this second half to see if the Gators can make it 2 for 2 at home. It's part of a November schedule.
Well, Florida has one of the more attractive non-conference schedules in all the land. As you take a look at what lies ahead in November, next week, the battle for Atlantis, and it starts against former Florida head coach Lon Kruger and his Oklahoma Sooners. Then they will play either Stanford or Wisconsin, and it's 3 consecutive days that you play in that tournament. Then they wrap up the month of November with a home game against the University of North Florida, and that leads into December. And what a way to start!
Oh yeah,
against West Virginia, press Virginia in the Jimmy V in Madison Square Garden. Michigan State will be here on December 11th. Butler will be here on December 29th. And in between those two, a home game against Mercer, and then the annual Orange Bowl Sunrise event where Florida will play Florida Gulf Coast.
Look at that schedule at the Battle for Atlantis. Gators actually the first game in that event.
Wisconsin with a big road win last night. Ethan Happ had 30 in that win. And then on the other end of that spectrum the other end of that bracket is Virginia.
Hello.
And so, again, this is kind of called the Maui of the East.
Yes. Different sides of the globe. You've got the Maui Invitational. You've got the Battle for Atlantis. And Florida will be right in the middle of all of it.
I'm really curious as we take a look at Mike White to see if Ashley Howard comes right out into a zone to start the second half. I thought his Explorers got some mileage out of that zone. But as a rule, coaches typically don't like to start a half in a zone. Why? Because your team tends to come out of the locker room and stand around. So don't be surprised if maybe LaSalle starts man-to-man, but I promise you we're going to see that zone again.
Well, especially when Florida was only 2 for 9 in the opening half from three-point range. They made only 2 threes back in the first half Friday night, but then made 5 of them in the second half as the lead exploded to a 30-point advantage against Charleston Southern.
And as I thought, first possession, man-to-man.
Good call. You must have coached at some point. And Kevarius Hayes has got to feel like it's a brand new ball game. He barely played in the first half, picking up 2 early fouls. And that's all ball underneath by LaSalle as Stone tried to post up.
It's too slow in developing. Florida got the switch that they wanted, but Stone needs to be a quicker decision maker.
Gators will have the same shot clock. Had some success off these inbounds passes, and LaSalle has the hold. And if that is on Brookins, that is 4. It is. Good gracious. 17 seconds into the half, and they've got to get him out of the game, Mark Wise.
Remember, Brookins made his 3rd foul, committed his 3rd foul 90 feet from
My
the basket.
goodness.
Been a tough night for the sophomore.
And if you didn't see it, the head coach just said, sit down, after 17 seconds of the second half. 4 fouls. See if Florida goes to work down low. They do. Hayes got body. There's no call.
Again, it's just too slow in developing. You either throw it or you hold on to it. You don't look, and then throw it.
LaSalle will go to work down by 8 with his first possession of the second half. Tracy Carter, a couple of makes in the first half. That's D's, and that was almost an air ball. Just brushed the net. LaSalle was not much better from three-point range at just 3 for 8 in the first half, now 3 for 9 in the game.
Gators will downsize a little bit with Johnson in now at the 4.
Mike White having a conversation with Keith Stone across the way. Florida again searching for lineups that they like. Who goes well with whom? Hudson down the lane. That won't fall. He followed his shot. And Florida reloads. This is the freshman Nimhard from Canada. And he missed again on the right side of the basket with the left hand. We saw that Friday night.
Yeah, he has missed 4 or 5 wrong-handed layups. At some point in time, you have to evaluate that,
Yes.
don't you? And change?
You would think. It is off the leg of Beatty going to the hoop. And it's so unusual that you would see a player dribbling with his right hand on the right side of the rim, but then try to put it up with the left hand, and he's done that several times.
Well, I'm sure he has had a lot of success with that in the AAU circuit, high school circuit. Not so much at this level.
Hayes out front, again only played about 2.5 minutes before getting 2 early fouls and going to the deep freeze. This is Keontae Johnson and a body foul on LaSalle on the baseline.
And much like they did in the first frame, LaSalle collecting early fouls.
Well, the Gators will get the inbound underneath. And the Explorers will put Ed Croswell back in. Ed Brookins is a kid that averages 12 points and 4 rebounds in their first couple of games, but has been basically able to give them nothing. Great arm on the inbound, and finishing is Keontae Johnson.
Ed Croswell just came into the game and did not have good ball awareness.
Florida able to get the easy out of bounds hoop. Florida had a 12-point lead at one point in the first half. It's now 10. Powell out front for Carter. Good ball fake. Back to Powell with space created. Can't get that one to fall. And the Explorers go back to Carter. Left wing 3, and that rims in.
Now that's what happens. Again, some of the best three-point shots are after offensive rebounds because the defense is scattered.
So a test so far for the Gators. Johnson went down low. Keontae Johnson. And what do we have? Kick ball, I believe, on LaSalle. A reload for Florida here. Let's take a look at this. If at first you don't get it to go.
Nice job by Croswell to kick out. Carter feeling it a little bit.
Pretty good three-point shooting team. These LaSalle Explorers. Hudson off the screen. Release. No, sir. And you look up and LaSalle can cut into a 7-point deficit.
I think they're starting to find a rhythm.
Out front, Powell. On the left side, D's. Too strong. Ball battled for, and it's picked up by Florida and Kayvon Allen. It was actually Beatty that missed that 3 a moment ago. 1, not 11. Allen, baseline, no. The follow and a big hack on the inside. Nice job down low.
No question in my mind, Florida is playing a little tight offensively. Hudson with the leaner comes up short, but there's the effort guy, Kavarius Hayes.
We saw Kavarius Hayes at halftime mic'd up for practice. He got whacked right across the nose. And now 2 free throws for the senior. looked good on that one.
Yeah, 50% a year ago. That number needs to be around 65 for a big guy.
Hayes 2 for 3 tonight. And now on the season at 3 for 5. We're going to make it 4 for 6. Cannot get it to go. True 50% shooter at the line for those two.
That was a line drive. The second one did not look anything like the first one.
Talk about repetition. Follow through, bending those knees. Gators aggressive in the half-court D. This is Beatty. Croswell. And now Pookie Powell, a 6-year player. Late in the shot clock. Carter's got to get it up. Cannot get that one to fall.
Still a good shot fake by him to get that quality look.
Nice move on the spin and the layup. Keontae Johnson.
Well, if you're struggling to score in the half court, why not attack in transition?
Take it to the rim. And the young man out of Norfolk, Virginia with the finish. Double figure lead. Powell looks for the answer. That won't fall. And Florida can exhale a bit. Nembhard has been quiet. Only 4 points, 3 assists. Good look for Hayes. Used his body and a nice left-hand move.
We saw in that halftime feature, what did he say? He said he's working on his hooks and little flip-ups.
That one to go. Salle now finds themselves down by the largest margin that they have been in the game, 12. Pookie Powell out of Orlando, a 6-year grad transfer. Spinning his D's. Oh, nice move, but he didn't finish. And Hayes might have altered that with the long arms at 6'9". The high screen. This is Hudson, a 5th-year senior, to another senior, Hayes. Does he want it? Hayes spinning, put it off the window.
Feeling it.
That is a shot that if Florida sees more and more of,
huge bonus for this squad offensively.
5 minutes into the second half, this is the largest Gators lead. And this will be a timeout taken by LaSalle.
As I mentioned earlier, if you're struggling in the half court, why not push the ball in transition? That's exactly what Keontae Johnson does for the finish.
UFC fans, this is the moment you truly all been waiting for.
It is a 14-point advantage for the Florida Gators. A couple of Gator fans enjoying themselves, and so too is Kivarius Hayes. Gets some PT in the second half playing time.
This Gator team badly needs an offensive threat. block to block. And tonight, it's been the senior, Kavarius Hayes, even though he got into early foul trouble and had to sit a couple of quick baskets in the first half, but he has picked up in the second 20 where he left off with a nifty little left-handed finish here. And here's the move that I think is his best of the night. Face up, spin move, half hook off the window. That's a big-time shot. Kavarius Hayes, 10 points to lead Florida.
Perfect from the floor. Again, all of this damage being done in the first 5 minutes of the second half. He basically didn't play in the first half if you're just joining us with those 2 early fouls that Coach Wise mentioned. The advantage is 14. That's the largest of the game. Pookie Powell. Oh, had it swatted. And LaSalle with a shot clock violation. That was Hayes on the defensive end.
Again, Hayes getting it done on both ends. We talk about his offensive prowess. And how about his ability to help defend?
I think there may be a discussion here about whether the ball hit the rim. And while we have that, it's going to give us an official's timeout. Did this nick the rim?
I don't think
look
so,
like it.
yeah.
If that's what they're looking at. That's an easy call. Gators Gymnastics season tickets now on sale for the 2019 season. Jenny Rowland's exciting squad will be in action at the Exactech Arena for 5 home meets. Be sure to lock your tickets in now. Packages start at just $20 for the season with parking pass options available as well. For more information, visit FloridaGators.com. TJ Reeves, Mark Wise with you here in this Exactech Arena. You look at the national championships that the Gator Gymnastics team won back-to-back in 13 and put in a lot of national championship banners in and around the campus of the University of Florida. And right now a 14-point advantage for the Gators. Looking good out of the locker room. What do you see at this stage right now, Coach?
Well, again, Florida's defense has kind of dictated the pace of the game, but it did early in the first half as well, and LaSalle got better as the half went along. So the question becomes, do the Explorers have another run in them? And here's a change of defense, a little 3-quarter press.
LaSalle just 1 for 7 to start the second half, so they did look before our timeout at whether that ball hit the rim. It did not, so it was a shot clock violation. Allen lobs for Hayes, who puts it in.
What I like about that is the explosive catch and finish all in one motion.
The biggest lead of the game for the homestanding Gators. LaSalle in real trouble now. After they trim the 14-point lead down to as few as 6, it's back up now to 16, and a nice steal from Keontae Johnson. And Florida looks to break it open. Allen out front to Johnson. He got bodied. Little NBA continuation. They will not count that. At the next level, that's good, but not in college basketball.
We talked about Johnson and his ability to impact the game defensively. Here is the last offensive possession. Allen with the throw over. Watch the quick catch and the quick jump. A lot of times Hayes has to catch and gather himself. No time for that amongst the trees and the bigs inside.
Young man sat 17 minutes, actually 16 minutes in that first half. He's now leading all scorers with 12. And he's got it posted up again and draws the foul. Well, I'll tell you this. If you said to Mike White, you can have this for the rest of the season, we'll put the price tag on it at X, he's paying X.
No question about it. They need a double-double out of that position. It doesn't have to be one guy. But you can't have out of your 5-man position. He got away with a travel. Oh, my goodness.
Keontae Johnson got a screen from Hayes and did the rest himself.
He has some serious trampoline hops.
And LaSalle has some serious problems, down by 18. Can the Explorers out of the A-10, who are 0-2, mount some kind of a comeback? This guy's going to have to help him, Tracy Carter. Now down low, Kimbrough turns and drew the foul. Let's go back to elevation.
We talk about being an explosive athlete. Watch Keontae Johnson here. Crossover, and then the flush. Watch his expression, though. After this goes in, he knows it's pretty good. Watch. Oh, you couldn't see him.
Oh, yeah, the woo.
Look, he's looking at his teammates.
Takes a glance at the bench.
He wants some love.
Who wanted some of that? Come get some. Meantime, Jared Kimbrough able to make the free throw.
Take another look. Watch Johnson after this dunk. See him look over to his bench.
Little subtle thing, too, with Hayes setting the body in motion there to keep the defenders walled off. Johnson did the rest. Kimbrough 1 for 2 at the line. Hayes blocks out. How about after barely playing, and this is Allen with a 3-ball, no. Rebound tipped around, and LaSalle got it. Barely playing in the first half, Kevarius Hayes almost has a double-double now in the first 6-7 minutes of the second half. Gators go matchup zone, it would appear. Actually, it is man-to-man. Carter lobs down low and threw that one away. It is turnover number 14. And again, Ashley Howard, the first-year coach for LaSalle. There he is, a former Villanova assistant under Jay Wright with a couple of national titles. He's got to build this program. He's got some veteran players, but they have been sloppy here to start both halves.
Well, just remember that his biggest player, his inside presence, Miles Brookins, has spent most of this game in foul trouble, and they miss his 6'10" frame. There's a good look at the sophomore.
Had 3 fouls in the first half and had to sit for a while, and then picked up number 4 in the first 30 seconds of this second stanza. Akaru back in, the sophomore. Down low to Stokes, the big fella. Great head fake. Reverse layup, no, but the tip is good. And that's Ballard, DeAndre Ballard.
Everybody getting in on the action. When we talk about depth, you never know when your time is going to come and you have to produce.
Carter leaves left side for Dees. That 3 won't fall. Florida very active on the rebound, but it's last touch by Akaru.
And Ballard catches a break there. Undisciplined on the defensive end, led to the wide open 3.
I'm not going to sing it, but LaSalle feels it's now or never. Brookins is going to come in with 4 fouls and 12 minutes to go because they are way behind and on the verge of being hopelessly behind if they don't make something happen. Nice high-low. The finish, though, could not happen from Crosswell. Freshman from Philadelphia couldn't get it to go. Another freshman leaves down low. Stokes put it up and in. Nembhard to Stokes.
But instead of Nembhard trying to wrong hand finish at the rim, he becomes a helper.
Well, that time he was on the left side, the correct side for that left hand. But he did. He found Stokes, the big body. Largest lead of the night. And the Rowdy Reptiles behind us are thrilled. And a steal by Nembhard. Gators want more with numbers. Oh, great look. Hello. And LaSalle is on the verge of going 99. Holy smokes, Mark Wise.
Again, when your defense becomes part of your offense, good things happen. Nembhard in transition for Johnson, coming right at you. High-flying Gators.
So you see the damage the Gators have done out of the locker room against LaSalle. Speaking of damage, there are some great players in LaSalle's history, including the L Train, Lionel Simmons. Look at those names: Tom Gola, Michael Brooks.
There is no truth to the rumor that I did a game in 1955 that Tom Gola was in. But here's what I know about this list that you don't know.
Please.
Today is Lionel Simmons' 50th birthday. Happy birthday, L Train.
I cannot be that old. You're possibly that old that Lionel Simmons, who is the only player in the history of the NCAA with 3,000 points and 1,100 rebounds, is 50 years old today. Another great nugget about that in a moment that Mark Wise may not know. Nice scoop shot, breaks the scoring drought.
Nice job by Croswell, who caught that ball with both feet in the paint.
Amongst the tall trees. These programs have only met one time. It was in the Louisiana Superdome. LaSalle and Florida. 1990, a foul away from the ball, and that's on Stokes of the Gators. 1990, Lionel Simmons and LaSalle defeated Florida in the Louisiana Superdome. And the L Train with a Mark Wise stat line: 33, 10 rebounds, 7 assists. And just another LaSalle win.
That was against the Dwayne Shinches.
That's correct.
Led Gators.
Ronaldo Garcia. Livingston Chapman. Here's a steal. Down the lane is Ballard to put it in.
Yeah, he can be active. He's got great bounce. Active on the point of the press.
D's in the backcourt. And Florida now by 23. The run is 21-6 out of the locker room. Nice move by Croswell again. They can't finish, but they did draw the foul.
Back-to-back really good possessions for the young freshman. Again, that time showing a little offensive skill with facing up and then beating the defender baseline side.
Ed Croswell will go to the free throw line. Only scored 2 points in the first couple of games for the Explorers.
Let me go ahead and complete a thought about production off the bench and utilizing your depth. Croswell tonight didn't know that Brookins was going to get in foul trouble. So you never know when your number is going to be called. So when your number is called, can you produce? I can easily do the same exact thing about Keontae Johnson for Florida. Keystone had a bad outing tonight. So Mike White utilizes his depth. So when your number's called, are you ready?
Oh, that young man's ready, and they stopped him from dunking another one. What a great look from Ballard. And the only thing that kept that from being thundered down was the foul. Look at this, Mark Wise.
Quick hops by Johnson again. Remember, Johnson's 6'5". 41.5-inch vertical jump. The young freshman who played at Oak Hill Academy.
Johnson able to get that bucket to go down. One more on Lionel Simmons. Arguably the greatest player in LaSalle history, goes on to the NBA, scored 5,000 points in the NBA as well. And the L Train, they still talk about him to this day for LaSalle basketball in Philly. You know, they played a game as Jalen Hudson, the senior, checks back in. And you take a look at the scoring run in the second half. They played a game about 8 days later. Remember that Loyola Marymount team with the late Hank Gathers and that story? That game we'll talk about in a second with what the scoring was in that game about 8 days after that Gator game in 1990 with Lionel Simmons. Mosley out front for the Explorers. That won't go. And the rebound down to Carter. They get to reset. Pookie Powell from deep. That is off the mark. Long rebound. Florida gets it with Chase Johnson, who's just checked in, the big 6'9" young man from West Virginia. Johnson off 1 foot. That's too strong. And a foul on a rebound.
And he's going to get a look from Mike White.
No matter the dunks.
Again, you got to be smart with your possessions. Here's a good look at Mike White, who is trying to get his team to understand depth. And there's a little counseling going on right there.
Needs to be a little better shot.
1 foot over the rim, that's going to get you to the bench.
Chase Johnson will shoot here with LaSalle over the limit and miss the 1-and-1 free throw. So the Explorers come in the front court. So days later, they played against Loyola Marymount. The score was only 121-116 that night in Philly. Bo Kimball in the late hand gathers against Lionel Simmons, who only had 34 points and 19 rebounds that night. Incredible year. They went 28-2 that year.
Long shots, long rebounds. Guards have to be active.
Explorers get a wide open Pookie Powell out of the corner, and he buries that three, their 5th one of the night.
Another three-point shot after an offensive rebound, second chance opportunity.
And the Gators get an opportunity with numbers. Chase Johnson is mugged. They didn't call anything. He couldn't miss the dunk. Boy, they could have called 2 fouls on that. The lead, 21. Down low, Kimbrough backs his man down and got it to fall.
Again, these are valuable minutes for Kimbrough and Croswell. Freshman bigs for
Lead
Ashley
pass,
Howard.
and Chase Johnson finishes. So Florida answers with the long outlet pass to the big fellow who was waiting for it. Go back to a little token half-court trap. And if LaSalle's going to make any kind of move, it has to happen right now. They go back to Kimbrough, and there's the steal. Florida has numbers if they want it. Nice look. Locke can't finish, but Johnson can.
That's why you never anticipate that your teammate's going to make something in transition.
Too much Florida defense, too much firepower. 17 turnovers for LaSalle. The Gators making them pay over and over again. Powell to Carter. Carter dribbling the clock down. Powell, floater, goes down. Pookie Powell is the only Explorer in double figures now with 14. His return to the Sunshine State. Dr. Phillips product from Orlando.
Now a 1,000-point score.
Yes, sir. Deep three, Jalen Hudson, too strong. Florida still comfortably up in the late stages. Salle needs some buckets. Has Powell won another one? No, he traveled with it. And that will take us to the under 8-minute timeout. Florida with the hustle. And Chase Johnson the finish on SEC Network. (2018-19) Florida men's basketball single game tickets on sale now. Make your plans as Michigan State and Butler face the Gators in the Exactech Arena this season. For more information, visit FloridaGators.com. TJ Reeves, Mark Wise with you. Comfortable lead for Florida. Pesky LaSalle team. There's a little Gator fan enjoying himself tonight. Why has Florida extended this lead in the second half, Coach?
Turnovers and points off turnovers. The Gators now have 25 points off 18 LaSalle miscues. That's more than a third of Florida's points on the night have come from those points off turnovers. That will please Mike White.
Florida spreading out the balanced scoring. Hayes and Johnson with 12. We have 10 players that have scored in the game to this point with 7 minutes remaining. Kayvon Allen has been quiet for a while tonight, at least offensively. Gets the return pass, couldn't finish. Let's make sure he's okay. He got whacked.
Here's a stat I would like to see changed. Such a great pass from Nembhard, which leads to the foul and Allen getting to the line. So if Allen goes to the line and makes 2 free throws, shouldn't Nembhard get an assist?
You're asking me or the audience? If you're asking me, no, because he's not assisting these shots. I understand that he made
But the guy
pass.
wouldn't be there without the pass.
Well, he also wouldn't be there without the foul. All right,
Well,
so Allen able to make the free throw. You're trying, I understand.
No, it's the right call, and everybody agrees with me.
I'm sure they do. They're saying to their TV sets, let's get it changed. Kayvon Allen able to get both free throws. Allen tonight with 8 points, all of them from the line, 8 for 8 in the game. The Gators a tidy 17 of 21 from the stripe.
And I'm saying that's Nembhard's 8th assist of the night, or should be.
All right. Look up your own scoring stats if you like. I like it. I'm all about the offense. Who wants to see 41 to 40?
You see the athleticism of Hayes allows Florida to switch defensively 1 through 5.
LaSalle attacking with Beatty, and he just beat the shot clock and able to get that hoop.
He's been a brighter spot tonight than what he played in the first couple of games. Ashley Howard said, I need more from Beatty, and he's delivered.
Gators with a strong performance here. Get ready to go play Oklahoma in the battle for Atlantis coming up right at Thanksgiving. Hudson fires and hits for 3.
He might be as good a tough three-point maker as there is in the country.
Hand in the face, even got knocked down. And the Gators have broken this one wide open in the final 6 minutes. Another impressive showing in back-to-back home games. Cookie Powell strong to the bucket. Sal's got nothing to lose. They're picking up full court. Allen down to Hayes, has position but fumbled it. And what do we have? Kick ball? It is a kick ball. I thought for a second they might call a bumping foul underneath.
Great delivery that time by Allen. That's one that Hayes has got to catch and finish.
In a deep Florida team with some young players, but also veterans as well, like Allen and Hudson and Hayes that are seniors. There's one of those seniors with the rock.
Now that Hudson has seen the ball go through the net, he has the ability to heat up.
Nice back cut. And Hudson finishes. Good look as well from Keontae Johnson. It was an 8-point halftime lead for Florida if you're just joining us.
But not only that, it felt like LaSalle had built a little momentum. They were the hang-around team.
19-4 run for Florida. There's a 3-ball. David Beatty, a former player in South Carolina. Salle not quitting, but Florida just too good tonight.
Bad pass.
Allen runs it down, lobbed it for Keontae Johnson, but the ball out of bounds. That one nicked the rim.
2 bad passes, really. You just cannot at this level, you cannot put that much air on a ball that travels that far.
Florida will check Noah Locke, another freshman back in. They got the freshman Nembhard out there. He'll come out.
Nembhard with a new career high in assists in his 3rd game.
Florida will reload the offense with 4.5 to play. Gators off to the Bahamas to play Oklahoma. In the opening round of the Battle for Atlantis, the first game of that tournament.
See that pass to Hudson? That wasn't what we call a shooting pass.
Hayes dribbles down on his own. He's got to fire it up, and that didn't hit anything. It's a shot clock violation.
I think Hudson was going to catch and shoot in rhythm, but Allen's pass was not on the numbers. It was behind him.
So that's something obviously that can be focused on. We've seen several of those passes here tonight. Even in an easy win, you're always looking to teach, as Mike White is with the young club.
Seems like such a simple thing, but so many times it's the simple play that's required.
Gators will get either Stanford or Wisconsin on the second day of that battle for Atlantis, depending on a win or a loss. There's a foul and an and one for LaSalle. And that will take us to the final media timeout.
This Florida team has been struggling from beyond the arc this year, but the best of the group, Jalen Hudson.
Well, we take a look at SEC news and notes. 5 teams ranked mark-wise in the AP Top 25.
This is going to be a fantastic year for SEC Hoops. Player of the Week, Chuma Okeke for Auburn. And I got to tell you, if you haven't seen Darius Garland play, you are in for a treat. He is the real deal. Vanderbilt goes to L.A. and wins in a big-time road win at USC.
I really appreciate the fact that you lost over LSU, beating my Memphis Tigers
I
and
didn't
Penny
want to bring that
Hardaway
up.
on a Tuesday evening. We're in Gainesville tonight. The Exactech Arena has seen Florida stretch an 8-point halftime lead to as much as 24 in this basketball game. They led by 24 at the 10-minute mark.
Speaking of LSU, Tremont Waters last year had to do everything. He had to score, run the club. Really one of the best freshmen in the country that not a lot of people knew about. This year, he's got more pieces to the puzzle. He doesn't have to do as much.
Once again, you believe how many SEC teams can be tournament bound?
I think it's 8, at least. I mean, it is November. Let's let it play out a little bit.
Nice back cut again, and they find Hudson for the layup.
See, those are points in the paint done in an unconventional way. I love that kind of action.
Florida looking sharp again for the second straight home game. Again, it's a Big South opponent last Friday. It's an Atlantic 10 opponent, but still, you want to execute, you want to look good, and it's mission accomplished before you head to the Bahamas. That's a foul on the low block for Keontae Johnson. Another look here, Mark Wise, at that back cut.
Using the high post as a screen. There's the false action. Good cut by Hudson. Good delivery by Stokes.
Well, the Gators still shooting 55% for the game. They have 13 assists on the 28 makes tonight.
Pretty interesting. Kayvon Allen, who did not make a shot, still had 8 points, was all at the line, and was a factor defensively. So many times players get so wrapped up in just scoring. Always ask yourself, young player, how can I impact winning without scoring.
LaSalle throws that ball away. Turnover's a big story. That's number 19 on the night. Way too many for them if they were going to remain close. Well, the Rowdy Reptiles behind us are wanting the walk-ons. I don't know that we'll see that 2 home games in a row. We saw them back on Friday night in the 30-point easy win. This is Mike Okaru. Again, the back cut. Okaru got the low position. Stokes, great head fake. And the finish on the foul.
The big fella has some skills now facing the basket. Shows the ball on the shot fake. Croswell bites, and then in traffic, takes the hit for the and one. Take another look. Great shot fake.
The foul is on LaSalle's Kimbrough, and it fouls him out of the game. And meantime, Isaiah Stokes converts the old-fashioned three-point play. They listed it as Kimbrough. Actually, it's my mistake. It is Croswell's 5th foul that fouls him out of the game. Academic at this point with a 23-point advantage. LaSalle in the final 2.5. Pookie Powell back in again. Their conference, the Atlantic 10, with the likes of Rhode Island, who was so good a year ago with Dan Hurley as the coach. St. Joe's, Davidson in that league. VCU, there's a layup by Powell going to the hoop.
Powell shows you why he's a 1,000-point scorer. Has the ability to score at different levels.
With over 1,000 points in his career tonight. Florida again in transition. That's Chase Johnson off the bench. Puts it up and in.
That is point number 37 and 38 for Florida tonight. Off the bench.
How about that? And speaking of off the bench, the bomb squad is coming in. Pookie Powell is fouled going to the basket, and we've got the walk-ons again about to make an appearance. Andrew Fava and Matt Krause. We saw them on Friday, popular players.
Don't be looking to Coach White saying, I'm going to find a teammate. I would shake my head, yes, Coach. But if I get it, it's going up.
It is going up. We saw that Friday evening. Some entertainment at the very end of what has been an easy Florida second half. They broke it open 19-4 to start this second stanza. And here come Krause and Fava. They're clapping for Locke and Hudson to sit down, but they're clapping as much for the walk-ons to come in.
That is by far Jalen Hudson's best game of the 3 so far in the early part of this season.
Hudson, as the free throw goes down, with 15 points to go along with 3 rebounds on the night. The walk-ons are in. Here's Krause. This place behind us, especially with the Rowdy Reptiles, will erupt if one of these kids gets a shot to go down, either 14 or 22 in white. Fava's a walk-on. Powell stole it. He's a villain. He goes to the other end and lays it in.
You don't think Pookie doesn't know who's in the game? Yes.
He knows there's another steal. They know the walk-ons are in. Beatty can't make the 3. Well aware. Pookie Powell's going to get his touches and shots. Rebound down to Okaru, and Florida may work a little clock here and set the offense up.
Offense? Find one of those guys.
He's looking for him. And what do we have?
I think we have a timeout.
Florida.
Yep. Again,
tie-up.
Okaru picks up his dribble right in front court.
See, the Explorers will play Philly rival Drexel coming on Saturday, and then the Gators off to the Bahamas coming on Wednesday with Oklahoma, and either Stanford or Wisconsin will be in that bracket as the next opponent. What a deep tournament that's going to be for Florida.
No question about that. Here's a little trivia for you. Playing Oklahoma, did you like the way Kavarius Hayes played tonight?
I would think everybody did that's a Gator fan.
His career high?
Against?
Oklahoma.
Very nice.
A couple of years ago in the SEC Big 12 Challenge in Norman. He went for 20 that day. He was really good tonight.
And the interesting thing for the senior is he got 2 early fouls and only played 3 minutes in the first half, but still finished with 12, most of that in the second half, and 6 rebounds. So it's a 20-point advantage.
Anthony Jordan steps in to say, hey, fellas,
Well, Pookie
67
Powell,
seconds to go here.
Pookie Powell is a 6-year player, and he's guarding a walk-on like this is the national championship game. I'm not sure what that's all about. Okaru dribbling off the high screen with a minute to go. They double team him. He's in trouble. They strip it from him. Picked up by Bassett. There's a lot of mugging going on, and finally a whistle. Again,
Okaru picks up his dribble right on the sideline.
Am I missing something on all this with 54 seconds left? I know there's some pride for LaSalle, but
LaSalle doubled the ball screen aggressively, and Okaru just did not respond. He's going to plead his case to Don Daly.
Bassett can't get the first free throw to go for the young man out of Oakland, California.
And Bassett has not found his game yet this year. He played in 25 contests a year ago. Had 12 in that home win against Auburn.
Neither one of those free throws had a lot of knees or rhythm to them. And final minute, 20-point Florida advantage. They've led comfortably the last 10 minutes. And that three ball is good from Dees. Again, they pick up full court. They'll double team the walk-on Fava, and he's fouled. So this will be free throws for him at the other end. Sophomore from Baltimore.
Well, I think you would ask why is LaSalle pressing in this situation? I think Ashley Howard's trying to change a culture.
Right.
And so he's trying to send the message that the way we have played in the second half is not acceptable.
Fava can't get the free throw to go. And he's got starters that are still in the game here in the final minute when Florida's cleared the bench and put the walk-ons in. Fava's second free throw is good, and the Rowdy Reptiles are pleased. Fat head and all for the walk-on. Final 40 seconds. As Florida will improve to 2-1. LaSalle will drop to 0-3. Dees off the dribble, no. The follow by Brookins.
That's what they missed with Brookins being in foul trouble.
Fava gets it in to Okaru. He wheels. Finds Bassett. A walk-on will pump one. No.
That's what I'm talking about, though.
Hit it up. A steal by Okaru, and it's out of bounds. Again, the Gators with a very successful, quick two-game homestand. Final 15 seconds. That three is good for Dees out of the corner. They're dressing up the final score. What was a 24-point game is now 13.
Again,
and a timeout for Florida.
Yeah, guys are just standing. Like, I hate that when they stand and go, hey, here, throw me the ball. Go cut, go screen for each other.
Well, so while you're making requests about extended assists for free throws, I'm already very much out in front of, let's do away with margin of victory. Case in point tonight. Florida has dominated this second half, led by 24, and now the lead is down to 13, and it may very well get down to around 10 or 8. So if a committee looks at this game, they say, well, you beat LaSalle, but you only beat them by 8. Margin of victory means nothing. Did you win? The gamblers care about margin of victory. I'm off my soapbox.
Well, again, the NCAA is using a new tool this year called the net, and part of that is margin of victory for the first time ever, but it's capped. It's capped at 10 points.
Should be. Because, again, this is a classic example where this has been a 20-point game for the last 6 minutes of clock time. Walk-ons are in. Krause has it. The Rowdy Reptiles want him to shoot. He's triple team. Bassett holds. Back to Krause. LaSalle's like, you're not shooting. Final 2 seconds. 1 second. 1/10 of a second, and a jump ball is called. Mike White kind of paces around and
it's too bad that the finish here has gotten kind of ugly. What did you call it? It's dressing up the score?
That is correct.
Because Florida was so good in the second half.
And that will end it. 82-69, the Florida Gators with back-to-back home wins, and that man's got to be pleased. Mike White, the coach, goes and shakes hands with Ashley Howard, the first-year coach of LaSalle. Florida led by Kavarius Hayes' 12 in the second half. Jalen Hudson did finish with 15 overall, including a couple of made threes. And Florida very much in charge, led at one point by 24. It was a 19-4 run for the Gators to start this second half and help them improve to 2-1 on the season. Mark Wise is going to slide over and attempt to talk to the head Gator, Mike White, after this performance tonight. Florida shooting 56% from the floor, and a couple of confidence-building wins for the Florida Gators here tonight and on Friday night. And Mark Wise here with the coach.
Thanks very much, TJ. Mike, your thoughts on the game tonight?
I thought we played well in spurts, Mark. Not a very good first half. Their zone was really effective. I thought Ashley did a really good job. He's trying to rebuild his culture there and got some tough kids. And they came in a little bit of a hole with a rough start. And I was really impressed with their intensity level. Sat down in the stands. They guarded us well. Their zone was good. I thought in the second half we settled in coming out of the locker room and got some stops, established ourselves defensively to a certain extent, led by Kavarius Hayes. I thought he was really good. I liked Kayvon's energy, DeAndre Ballard's energy. We've got a ways to go like most teams.
It looked like early on you sent the message, we want to attack inside out, some inside touches. Was that part of the game plan?
Yeah, a little bit, and that's rare for us at this point. But, maybe tonight will give our guys a little bit of confidence, not only our post guys, but our guards, our staff, in terms of throwing that thing in there a little bit. But we need paint touches in a variety of ways.
Were you pleased with your freshmen tonight?
Yeah, as much as anybody. Kavarius and our freshmen. Noah didn't necessarily get it going. He's going to be a good player. Keontae and Andrew were both very good. Andrew's nursing a little hip flexor here, and he fought through it. He showed some toughness.
A week until your next game, what will be the emphasis in practice?
Rest and get healthy first. Continue to share it. When we share it, we're much better, of course, as all teams are. We've got to get tougher. We can't be good defensively for 2 minutes at a time. The game's 40 minutes.
Good luck to you.
Thanks, Mark.
TJ, let's go back to you.
There is a happy Gator, tempered enthusiasm with what went on here this evening. So the Florida Gators come home for 2 and win 2. That'll do it here this evening. For Mark Wise, I'm TJ Reeves saying so long from Gainesville, where our final score is 82-69. To watch this entire game on replay, as well as other games on our family of ESPN networks, log on to watchespn.com or download the Watch ESPN app. Great to have you with us tonight. The Gators by 13. This has been a presentation of ESPN.